Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Joe. Come and be his guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Here's our lady M.D. She's as pretty as can be at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Enjoying the trip, sir?
Oh, just fine. How long until we get to the Shady Rest?
Oh, it's not far. Hey, I like to guess what people do. Don't tell me now. You're a salesman in leather goods. Clothing? Books? Not hardware. Well, you are a salesman. You're a tourist?
Would you like me to tell you why I'm going to the Shady Rest?
Oh, would you? You see, they rely on me for all the gossip up and down the line, and when I don't know about things, it hurts my image.
Oh, yes. Well, I wouldn't want to be the cause of that. I'm going to visit my nephew, Steve Elliott, and his wife and baby, and incidentally, meet the rest of the family.
Oh, that's nice. You love them all, especially Kathy Joe. That's the baby.
Yes, I know. Now, would you tell me something? Is your brother the engineer?
My brother? Oh, no, I don't have a brother. There's just me.
He certainly looks just like you.
Well, that's because I am the engineer. See?
What are you doing here? Who's running the train? I mean, who's driving?
Oh, I got our own automatic pilot.
Pilot?
Yes. What I do, see, is I put a stick of firewood up against the throttle and, would you feel better if I went back up to the cab?
Yes, I would. Much better.
I understand. Lots of newcomers feel like that.
Let's be especially nice to him. He is Steve's uncle.
Listen, you don't have to knock yourselves out.
Steve isn't too happy about his paying us a visit. Oh, I don't understand that. From all I've heard, he must be a wonderful fellow.
Oh, he is. In fact, you'll love the guy.
Well, then what's the problem?
He's a troublemaker.
Look, Joe, the train's in. It's Steve's uncle. He's here. Come on, Joe, don't you want to go greet him?
I'll greet him when he gets up here.
Uncle Joe.
I'll make you a deal. I'll tell him goodbye when he leaves.
We're going to greet him when he steps off the coach.
All right.
There you are, my good man. My compliments to the engineer. Steve, my boy.
Welcome to the Shady Rest, Uncle George. This is my wife, Betty Jo.
Oh, say, can you pick them?
Thank you,
Uncle George.
Uncle George.
And this is which sister?
Oh, I'm not one of the family.
Oh, no?
This is Dr. Janet Craig.
Dr. Craig. Well, I've known country doctors before, but nothing like this. I must try and come down with something while I'm here.
And this is,
Joe Carson, manager of the Shady Rest, president of the Carson Elliott Enterprise.
Well, say, Mr. Carson, I'm honored that you personally came down to meet me.
Well, let's get up to the hotel, shall we?
Right?
Here, let me take that.
Thank you.
Here you are, Steve.
I do hope you'll enjoy your stay here.
How could I do otherwise?
Oh, you signed in upside down.
Could you blame me with such distraction?
Come on, Uncle George. I'll show you to your room.
Isn't he something? Wow, talk about charm. Loaded. We've got to get nice and pretty for Uncle George, don't we, sweetie? Hi. Did you get him settled?
Yep, all set.
Steve, I hate to disagree with you, but he is one of the most charming men I ever met.
Oh, charm he's got. I don't deny that.
But I don't see how he could possibly cause any trouble.
Wait.
But he doesn't seem like the type of person to get into a fight.
No, he doesn't get into a fight.
What?
No, it's just something he says or does, or just the fact that he's around that sparks others into a beef.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. Then he goes merrily on his way, never even realizing that he's caused any trouble.
It can't happen here. This is a happy household.
As I said before, honey, wait.
Steve, you sound as if you're looking forward to something happening.
I'm not looking forward to anything.
But if you have this attitude...
Sweetheart.
Honey, I'm merely pointing out...
All right, hold it, see? It's already happening.
What?
Well, we're only talking about Uncle George, and already we're fighting.
Go Junction.
Lovely place you have here, Joe. You don't mind my calling you Joe?
Oh, not at all. George.
This is my kind of hotel.
Yeah, well, thanks. You know, most of the big hotels have special rooms. They'll have the pheasant room, the leopard room, the marlin room. I was thinking I'd make this a special room. Call it the crawdad room. Then I got to thinking, who needs them?
Oh, you're right. Who needs it? I wouldn't change a thing. Mind if I smoke?
Oh, not at all. Matter of fact, nobody'd mind if we both smoked.
Sorry. One for after dinner.
Oh, thanks.
Hi.
George, this is Betty Joe's other sister, Bobby Joe.
You must be Steve's uncle.
That's right. My, they certainly grow them beautiful here in this valley. I've traveled many a mile around this old globe, but never in my
George,
life.
I'd like you to see this view out the window.
Uncle Joe, please. And you were saying? You were saying something about traveling many a mile around this old globe, but never in your life?
Oh, yes. Never in my life have I seen such pretty girls as here at the Shady Rest.
Thank you. Okay, Uncle Joe, you can show him the view. We are all dressed up for our company.
There's the little princess now. Oh, she is adorable. But then why shouldn't she be with such lovely parents? Kathy Joe, let me take a closer look at you. She's gorgeous, simply gorgeous. Got a lot of Elliot in her.
Oh, well, she's got a lot of Bradley in her, too. The Betty Joe side of the family. And some Carson, too.
Steve, you can put her in the place.
Okay. There you go, Kathy Joe.
Kathy Joe, your Uncle George has brought a surprise for you. What would you like? Something like this? Hocus pocus, dominocus. Or, would you like maybe something like this? Hocus pocus, dominocus. Look at that. There you are, Kathy Joe. There you are.
Thank you very much, Uncle Joe.
Say, I'd like to see some of the countryside. May I take her out for a walk?
That's a good idea. The fresh air would do her good, too.
I'll go up and change. I'll be right down. There you are, sweetheart. Wait for me.
Isn't he wonderful? Sensational. I've never seen anyone like him.
You really liked those tricks, didn't you, Kathy Joe?
She was fascinating. Was she ever?
Thanks, Aunt Kathy, Joe. Here. I'll take a card. Don't show it to me. Don't show it to me. Card you picked was the 4 of clubs.
10 of diamonds.
If you don't mind, I'm doing the trick for her.
Sorry.
This next trick's a better one anyway. After shuffling the deck thoroughly, I'll call the 4 kings to appear in succession.
Okay, we're all set.
Here we go, Kathy Joe. Let's go for a nice long walk with your Uncle George.
Stroll us out front.
See you folks later.
Bye.
Okay, I'll make the 4 kings appear in succession for you.
6 of clubs, the jack of hearts. Hey, Joe, don't be like that.
Like what?
Like mad.
I am not mad.
You sure act like it.
Okay, I act like it, but I'm not mad.
Have it your way. But I thought maybe you were angry because Uncle George has more charm than you do.
Oh, he has he? I got news for you, young lady. I have charms I haven't even used yet.
I know, but...
Where did all this Uncle George come from? I'm your uncle, not him.
Did you ever see those two fight before?
Never, not even a cross word.
Hey, Sam, what are you made up for?
Oh, very funny. I'm going to the annual Greens dance, if it's any of your business.
Okay. What'd you do, fall in a barrel of bay rum?
I haven't got time to yak with you. Janet'll be waiting.
On in there, she won't.
What do you mean?
He's out for a stroll with his lordship.
Who's that?
Steve's uncle.
But I'm all ready for the dance. What do I do about a date?
Don't look at me. I ain't got a thing to wear.
So the doctor looks down at him and says, "You're nervous. This is my first operation."
Oh, my. George, I haven't laughed so much in months. Oh, really? You're nervous. This is my first operation. Oh, dear.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Hello, Janet.
Hello. George, this is our local grocer, Mr. Drucker.
Oh, fine.
What's the matter?
Well, he's George, and I'm Mr. Drucker, our local grocer.
What do you do, old boy?
I'm not your old boy.
Well, he runs the grocery store over in Hooterville, and his name happens to be Drucker.
That adds up.
Kindly stay out of this.
Sam, what is the matter with you?
Oh, well, at least I got you to call me Sam.
Now, please explain.
As if you didn't know. What about our date?
Date?
For the annual Grange dance tonight.
Say, now, if I'm in the way,
No, George, no. Just excuse me. What about the annual Grange dance?
Well, we always go together.
Since when?
We went last year.
Well, that hardly constitutes a continuing commitment. I'm not going steady with you.
Well, everybody knows I took you last year. How will it look?
Oh. No, we're going to have a little party tonight for Steve's Uncle George. Now, I'm sure you'll understand.
Oh, yeah, sure. I understand. Fella comes into town with a little mustache and a big smile, and you just flip.
Sam!
oh, please, I'll understand perfectly if you have a prior commitment, Doctor.
My name is Janet.
Janet. So, by all means, don't miss this gentleman's company on my account. I'm sure it'll be a splendid affair.
So whatever it is, it's going to be without me. Sam Drucker, I am very surprised at you. I think you've behaved very badly.
But you can forget about next year, too.
Sorry, old boy, I didn't mean to spoil anything. Say, you were ready for a large evening, weren't you?
He is the most exasperating... Oh,
Well, what did my uncle have to do with it?
absolutely nothing. Nothing.
You mean that he wasn't even there?
Oh, yes, he was there, but that's all. Oh.
Well, that's enough listening to me play. I would now like to propose a toast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here is to the happy day when this little sweetheart hooked my nephew.
I'll drink to that.
Now, hold on a minute. What do you mean when she hooked him?
Uncle Joe.
When she snagged him to be her husband.
Did it ever occur to you that it could have been the other way around?
Uncle Joe, forget it.
Not with my nephew, Steve.
What do you mean by that?
Uncle Joe. Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Just that boy had more women chasing him than Cary Grant and Casanova combined. Yeah? Well, he had to beat him off with a stick.
Why, Steve, you never told us about your past.
You never told me either.
Oh, honey, forget it, will you? Listen, Uncle George, would you care to rephrase your toast?
Well, of course. Here's to the happy day when one of you snagged the other. And I'll bet she's glad she did.
Steve? That wasn't true, was it? About the women?
What about him?
What your uncle said, that you had to beat him off with sticks? What does that mean?
Huh? Oh, come on, honey. You know I knew other girls before I met you. I told you all about them. Besides, you're the one I married.
Then you admit it.
What?
That you asked me to marry you.
Well, I must have. Because look. Aren't you going to turn your light on?
Wait a minute. Steve,
Hmm?
do you love me?
Hmm?
I said, do you love me?
Of course I love you.
Oh.
What's the matter?
Is that all you can say? Of course I love you.
Is that bad?
It's worse than bad. It's so unemotional. It's like saying, of course I love you. What other choice do I have?
Well, come to think of it.
Steve.
Oh, honey, all right. I love you. I adore you. I worship the ground you walk on, the air you breathe. You're my one, my only, my whole life. How's that? Thanks. You want to turn out the light?
You had to beat him off with sticks.
Oh, honey, for crying out loud, that was my uncle talking. Besides, I told you about all my old girlfriends, just like you told me about, what's his name?
Wilbur Hiffel.
Yeah, Wilbur.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if I haven't had enough of a past to intrigue you.
Are you kidding? Huh. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could steal a girl from the arms of Wilbur Hiffelman.
That's just what you did, you know, when you asked me to marry you.
You keep saying that. Why does that keep coming up so often?
Well, your uncle evidently thinks it was the other way around. And you know it wasn't, don't you?
I guess so. All right, I know so. Besides, what difference does it make who asked who? I mean, look, I'll tell you something I do remember. I remember which of us was the first to say I love you.
Which?
Aha! You don't remember.
Well,
Okay, it was me. And I remember it as if it were last night.
Where was it?
Down at Zippel's Hog Pond.
Oh?
Yeah, I remember I was waiting for you, and you were late because you had a singing lesson, and I was about to leave, and what's the matter?
I never took any singing lessons.
Oh, well, it was some kind of a lesson anyway. I was about to leave, and then you came, and I remember the dress you were wearing. It was sort of reddish, and it had a, what do you call it, a scoop neck, and now what?
Me? In a red dress with my hair?
No?
I've never worn a red dress in my whole life. Boy, have you got this story down pat.
Oh, well, so I missed a few little details. Who is it?
It's me, Billy Joe.
Oh, Laura, just a minute. Okay, come on in.
Oh, hi, you guys. Listen, I have to leave early in the morning for my engagement in Omaha. I might miss you, so I thought I'd say goodbye now. Is anything wrong?
No, Steve was just telling me some kind of story.
It wasn't a story. I was recalling the first time I told her I loved her, and she doesn't seem very interested.
We weren't getting it very straight. He said it happened down by Zippel's Hog Pond.
Well, look, maybe I'm in truth. Zippel's Hog Pond?
That's right.
He said I was wearing a reddish dress with a scoop neck.
That's right. She was late coming from a singing lesson, and I'd almost given up on our meeting, and then she came, and I remember looking up and seeing her standing there in the moonlight, and oh, good Lord. That was you.
Yes, it was. And it certainly isn't very flattering having you forget it.
Well, speaking of being flattering, how would you like to be remembered in somebody else's love scene?
Oh, come on, honey. Now, look, it's a natural mistake. I went with her before I went with you.
Well, if it was so natural, why didn't you marry her?
Because...
Are you kidding me? Marry someone who can't even remember saying I love you? No thanks. You can have him.
No.
Oh, I can have him.
I think I'd better go.
Well, you two... Not like this, you're not.
Oh, let her go. Her with her red dress with the scoop neck.
All right, that's it, that's it. Tomorrow he leaves.
Who?
My Uncle George, that's who. He started his last fight around here.
Steve, my boy, I was just thinking about you.
Well, I was just thinking about you, too, Uncle George. Now, listen, we've got to get something straightened out right now.
Of course, my boy. But first, I want to explain something to you. I'm leaving, you
Never
see.
mind that. You're leaving?
Tomorrow. Not that I haven't enjoyed my visit here. I had very much, but you know me, restless, like to keep on the move. Only one thing I don't like, and that's goodbye. So I thought I'd sort of slip out in the morning, and you could say them for me. Tell everyone how much I enjoyed meeting them. Hope to get back soon. You know, that sort of thing. You can do that for me, can't you, Steve?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And I knew I could count on you, my boy. Oh, you had something to say to me?
Yeah, forget it.
Bye, my boy.
Have a nice visit?
Yes, shouldn't you be,
That's all right. I got her
I
on.
know, an automatic.
And I banked the fire in the firebox so she'd run out of steam just as we coasted into the station. Did you have a nice visit?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I had a lovely visit. Baby is just adorable, and Betty Jo is a perfect wife and mother.
Did you get along with the family okay?
Oh, fine. I love them all. I think they like me. All in all, it couldn't have been a more pleasant visit.
Oh, stick slipped out of the throttle. Glad everything went well.
Now stay tuned for Green Acres, next on Nick at Night's TV Land.